Alright, welcome to my day 94 progression guide. So for today, we did not get a level increase. Could possibly happen this weekend, but again, I'm thinking it's going to happen next week. Starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, then you want to go back to build, and then you want to hit claim, because remember, you can only hold your resources for 24 hours. On top of that, I want to give you another reminder to kill all your enemies, because again, it does hurt to wait till the very last day, and we are approaching Procrastinator Day since it's the weekend. And check your exchange store, make sure you buy your weekly items in all the sections. Next, you want to do your Mia's Kitchen, and you want to knock out your 4 bounties for the day. So I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Bracers, Chest, a Huma, and a Samir Matrix. So this is actually a pretty good dungeon to do, or you could consider doing the end game if you need some volts or physical gear. Which brings us to Interstellar Exploration. So again, you want to make sure you check Vera, and you also want to check a Sparrow, and you want to see if you have any level 3 Stargates. And how you can tell is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a 3-star, and if it has a number 2, it's a 2-star. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials, or you could do Space-Time Domains. But again, I recommend trying to get max Omnium Beacons when you need to try to push towards 80. Then we have our optionals to where you can give gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to go to the black market, see this island and do the claw machine, and knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is you want to do your 6 fun zones, and you want to try to knock out your 6 Greyspace fishers. And if you need help on how to do any of those, I have a guide on my channel. Then you want to make sure you're logging in every day so that we can get all the supply run. And the ultimate weapon is ending soon. We only have 3 days left to complete this. Today, we should get enough points to go ahead and clear out the store. So you want to go ahead and make sure you do that. And then after that, you don't really need to do it. If you want to just get some extra elemental ore boxes, you can. But as you see here, I already have 1,300. So I don't really recommend just wasting your time trying to get more ore boxes. But if you enjoy these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way they can spread more on YouTube. And we got the announcement of the release date for 2.1, and I have to admit that is an interesting move. It is coming out on November 22nd, so that is the week of Thanksgiving. It does raise some concerns, and I actually made a video about this earlier today, so if you want to kind of find out my thoughts about that, feel free to check that out. But I think it's going to be pretty difficult for free-to-plays, possibly even Wells in the future. And then we got our weekly tab. You want to make sure you're doing enough things down here so that we can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. So starting with the Bygone Phantasm. Again, I recommend that if you have a good weapon bonus, you probably want to use that so that way you can go ahead and sneak to the next level if you have a high enough CS. And if you're able to beat that level, you gain 11 levels. But after that, I recommend that you try to do the Sequential Phantasm, because if you can get a high score in the Sequential Phantasm, that's going to really help determine your rank. As we see here, I already got some guy who's on floor 395, so I'm pretty sure he has a high sequential score, so I think this week I might be getting rank 2, but who knows? Maybe I can compete and maybe he doesn't have that great of a score. We'll just have to see what happens. Frontier Clash. Now, if you have attempts, you can go ahead and try to knock it out so that way you can power yourself up, or you could wait till tomorrow once we get that extra attempt for the week and knock them all out. And Void Rift. We got another attempt today, so you want to go ahead and knock that out so that we got that chance for that matricy. And Wormhole. Now, we only have 2 days left to complete this, so if you are strong enough to knock out that last Wormhole, I recommend that you do that soon because it does take a while. And the raids. As I already mentioned, if you do want to try to save an attempt for this week, just in case if we get a level increase, you want to do the first 2 on heroic mode and save an attempt so that way you can do the Shattered Realm once we reach level 77. And Apex League. Now, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day so that way you can do it. Next, you want to do your daily buys. So you want to go to shop, hunt, then buy your 2 vitality solutions. Now, this is only if you can afford it, which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust Store. So you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your Vera special gifts. But when it comes to the Potent Omnium Crystal, Namespace did bring up a good point to where we get enough Potent Omnium Crystals between exploring and killing the bosses in the Greyspace. So you might not really need to go ahead and purchase this, especially if you're a free-to-play / low-to-spend player. So really, it's just going to come down to judging how fast you're getting those CS increases on your account. And don't forget, once we reach level 80, we should get another big jump. Space-Time Store. Now, I only recommend that you use your golden crystal fragments to buy combat engines, but when it comes to your purple fragments, you might want to save that because you might need that once you reach 2.1. Crew Store. Now, you should only spend your points on relic shards, and the relics that I recommend are Space-Time Rift, level 3, or Omnium Shield. And how you get crew points is by doing your daily donations and knocking out your 4 missions for the week. Support Store. Now, you want to make sure you buy your 3 joint supply chips for the week, and if you can, try to get your gold nucleus and proof of purchase using return support points. And if you need help on how to get that, I got a guide on my channel. Point Store. 4. Now, the only thing I recommend is that you use this to get a spare special gift, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Cetus Island again. But if you're having trouble leveling up your matrices or weapons, you could also consider getting the Matrix Data Pack or Weapon Battery. But besides that, I just recommend that you focus on trying to explore Vera. With 2.1 coming out very soon, you're going to want to go ahead and try to get all of this knocked out. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to check out what I think about the 2.1 release date. But besides that, talk to you guys later.